Hello everyone, it's Yogi here. I hope you're well in this peaceful, beautiful Sunday. And this is 8:30 p.m. UK time. And wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, and maybe good evening as well. And I hope you're ready to join me for a spot of festive stitching. Yes, every Sunday, we do festive stitching until Christmas. So today is, I think, is the last second session of this piece for Halloween. Okay, I think next Friday is actually a Halloween day. And I'm thinking whether to make next Friday the last session as well. But we have one more next Friday. And so I'm working on this piece for since I think September, and it's going steadily, pretty well. And you can see I've got a little kitty here. So this piece is called Spooky Season, and it's a pattern we got from Etsy, and it's a group. It's we selected this pattern through the Facebook group, kind of vote with likings, and this came on top, and I'm very happy with it. This was suggested by Steve, our gentleman stitcher of the group, and it's a great fun to stitch. It's a little bit, different from the usual full coverage pieces, and it's a great fun. It's simple and beautiful. And let me show you the full markup here. It's really fetching. There are 4 different panels, and recently we hear about the 6 portals. This one has 4 portals, and you've got a ghost, the pumpkin, and this little kitty, and a tombstone with a little pumpkin at the bottom right there. And it's really, really lovely. It's slightly spooky, but really, really cute as well. And so I've decided to start from the kitty panel. Well, was anybody surprised? No. And and I was hoping, hopefully by Halloween, I'm able to finish this kitty panel. I would be okay if it's not fully finished, but I want the kitty itself to be done, if possible. Okay, I'll probably do a little bit of a homework if I had to. But so this piece, as you can see, this is where my kitty is on the fabric here. And currently I'm on, let me show you the stats here. Currently I'm on 8.22. There are 4 different panels plus there's wording at the bottom as well. So if I switch back here, where it says spooky season, it's part of the design, okay? It's part of the artwork. And there's some, unstitched area. It's really, really nice. And so here, this piece involves 24 colors. So it's very, very nice and, easy, quite simple there. And as usual, I am going to start a sprint. Okay, so this sprint is going to capture all the stitches I'm going to be working on, what I'm going to be stitching today. And I have no idea how far I'm going to go. Currently I'm on 8.22%. Hopefully 8.5. How's that? I don't want to push too far. I'm a slow stitch yogi after all. But 8.5, I would be very happy by the end of the session. And the sprint is going to capture every single stitch I made. And by the end of the stream, we play a little game called Guess My Stitches, okay? And if you're regular, you know exactly what I mean. And if you're new to the channel, just stay with us till the end and all will be explained. It's great fun. And before I'm going to tell you how I'm going to proceed with this little kitty today, I want to say hello to you. In this beautiful Sunday and see who I've got in the chat with me today. So yesterday we did a 5-hour session, and well done for being here with me. We're athletes, and we love a spot of stitching every day. It's part of the training. So first person to report to the chat is Sarah, of course. And Sarah is providing the group daily quote today, every day. And we're so lucky to have Sarah here. So Sarah says, happy festive stitching day. Every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. Alice Moore's, oh, beautiful. Absolutely. When you wake up in the morning and even before you go to bed, when you look back to what happened during the day, sometimes, there are challenges, but there's always something good about it. I totally agree, Sarah. I love it. And also we have Brittany here. Yes, Brittany agrees is a great quote. And happy festive stitching day. And the third, we highlight the top three, stitchers reporting to the chat. And the third one, we have Serena. Serena is here, says, sorry if I missed the 5th marathon yesterday. Oh, naughty, Serena. And she says, we had dinner with friends. You allowed. Okay. So happy stitching this evening. I'm working on River, War Charm, my Sunday whip, and drinking, as usual, coffee. Welcome, Serena. And if you, any of you, if you miss any session, just go back to watch the replay. Everything is there for you, archived. And we also have Suzanne as well. Hello. And let's have a look. Hanaki. Is it Hanek? Oh, Hanek says, hello everyone, finally live again. Because of autumn vacation, I just started Gloria in the Garden. I presume that's the name of your piece. Welcome, Hanek. Is it Hanek? Haneki? I ask every time because I just don't know, and I don't want to mispronounce anybody's name. I'm terrible with names. And Leslie as well says, hello everyone. And who have we got here? Of course, our Susan from the UK as well. Welcome, good to see you. And Michelle Fuller says, hello everyone. I'm stitching on Christmas ornament and drinking hot tea. Yes, guys, let me know what tea, what power snacks you're having stitching with me today. And Laura is also here in the chat. Welcome. Betty Lou Taylor. Hello. And Colette is also here with us as well. And Laura is also joining us. And who have we got? Rachel Morton says, good afternoon, everyone. Working on Halloween house and Halloween cocktail. Oh, yes. Rachel has got this chart that she put together by herself. Very, very clever. Something that would not attempt anytime soon. And she's drinking berry flavored water and ginger ale. Very nice. Ginger ale is very sweet, isn't it? And let's have a look. Autocorrection. Manners. And Steve is also here. Our gentleman stitcher. Welcome. And go birds. I don't know what that means with Steve. And Elandria is also here with us as well. And Marsha Hope. Yes, Marsha is in Australia. So good morning, Australia. And oh yes, Marsha has been traveling, haven't you, Marsha? She says, hi Yogi, sitting in a taxi on the way to airport, leaving the dear grandchildren will listen till flight time. Last time when Marsha was departing to see her grandchildren, she was at the airport listening to us as well. See, we're everywhere. We're accompanying our stitchers every step of the way. And safe journey, Marsha. And so great of you to join the chat. And Mandy Moran as well, joining us. Hi, everyone, she says. And Life with Natty is also here. Says, hello, beautiful people indeed. Beautiful stitchers, all of you. And today, have we got... Yes, we have had you before, haven't we? Marja Peterson says, hello, everyone, working on Forest Cat by Chira Marchetti. You're one day ahead of LaSalle Day. I'm kidding. Yes, Mondays, we have Chira Marchetti, Sal, most Mondays. And so you're welcome to join. Maybe it's already Monday over where you are. Who knows? And River is also here. So good to see you. She says, hi, everyone. And... let's see. Ebony is also here as well. So good to see you. Thank you for joining me today. And yes, so today, as usual, for a yoga teacher, Sunday is a busy day as well. And so I'm really looking forward to sitting down here and stitch this very simple but beautiful piece right here. And simplicity is the best. So with this piece, my plan today, so just give you a simple sort of spec of this piece here. I'm stitching on, let me think, 16 count Ada. So this is a piece of old Ada I had for years and years, coming from another cross-stitching kit. The pattern was already long gone, the paper pattern, and I kept the fabric with a few stitches in the middle. And when I saw this pattern, I decided to use this piece. I just knew it was time for this piece to come back to my life. So I removed all the stitches in the middle. It was a little house, sort of sampler type, and I removed them, and here we are. Now we have a little kitty here, and this fabric actually has a little bit of a sandy tone to it, little slightly yellow tint. So it's complementary to the pumpkin colors, the overall Halloween theme here. So it's perfect. I'm really happy with the count, and it stitches like 14 count, you know, even though the stitches are a tiny bit smaller. And I'm using CXC 2 strands over 1 full cross. So very good coverage here with CXC. And today my plan is to, last session, I worked on a little bit of the drumstick, on the left drumstick of my little alien dolly. So this is my alien dolly. Dolly is my cat, okay? And today, what I'm going to do is to do a little bit of 310 stitching here to complete the outline for the other leg. So my alien dolly's got both legs, okay? It's necessary, otherwise, you know, she's going to be limping. And on top of that, I think I'm going to come back to the top area and maybe fill in the chest area a little bit and a little bit of a background. So it would accentuate the little kitty a lot more. So it's a sort of panel around this wide. This is the other edge of the panel there. And see how I go. I'll fill in a little bit of a grey and white here and work on a little bit of a background. But at the bottom here, let me show you. There's a little bit of a really nice green there. So if I flip over the pattern here, can you see under the flowers there are 3 little daisies here? I've completed 1, and underneath there's some grassy kind of ground there. I would like to do a little bit of that. It's nice to kind of, you know, do a little bit of the surrounding colors to frame my little kitty here. So that's kind of my plan. Let's see how it goes. You know, nice and easy. You know me by now. I am, you know, easygoing. I do not set goals for stitch numbers or anything like that. I just want to enjoy every single stitch. Whatever I manage this session is good for me. Okay, and I hope it works like that for you too. So let me bring on my app view here and a little marker for your reference. So yes, I'm working on the 3rd panel there, and I have my little elf here to guard my needles, and little cat here says hello. So as I said, I am going to start with complete this outline for the other leg here, little pole here. So a little bit of a 310 is in order, I think. I'm pretty sure it's a 310 situation. So let me select the color here and I think I'm going to just grab a 6-pack of my 310 here. How's that? Do a bit of a 6-pack stitching. It will be easier, so I don't have to go back all the time. So I've got 6 strands of 610 here, and I'll try to complete as many sort of 310 stitches as I can. I'm not necessarily going to finish the whole pack, but it will be easier. And guys, let me know what you're working on, okay? And yes, of course, I know quite a few of you are working on Christmas stitching already, and it's absolutely allowed. You know, we festive stitching is stitching anything festive. You can stitch Valentine theme if you like. It doesn't matter. You know, we're just here to celebrate, and whatever you're celebrating. And here we go. So I've taken 2 long strands here. Instead of folding it in half, I'm taking the full length, 2 strands, and it will save me from having to go back too frequently. Quite a few 3/10 stitches going on here. So here we go. Alien Dolly, here I come. And I have to remember, guys, help me to remember, Dolly is actually outside in a front part of my flat. She goes out sometimes through the bay window, and I close the window, but very often I forget to open the window to let her in. She's been out there for about 10 minutes, and I'll probably give her another 20 minutes. I'll need to remember to check on her and let her in, just in case I forget. I lost my little kitty out there, and she'll be sobbing and be very mad at me later on. So let's have a look. And Belinda is joining us as well. Welcome. Very nice to see you. And live with Natty as well. Natty's also here. And Otimo, hello. She says, I'm happy to catch the live session. Yes. Oh dear. Brittany already. Spooky bingo. 310. Yes. I mean, 310 is a popular color, but still. First spooky bingo. First color. Well done, Brittany. The first spooky bingo goes to Brittany. So spooky bingo is basically when I call out the DMC thread number, and if you happen to be stitching the same number, you're having a spooky bingo with me. And this is what we do here. So start from here. It's nice and chunky stitches, really lovely, and CXC really is doing a great job with pieces like this. Sometimes with larger stitches, anything that's maybe over 18 count, with DMC, sometimes certain colors, particularly pale ones like these ones, will come across a little bit shiny, and personally I don't like that. So with larger stitches, with lower count, I prefer using CXC. It's nice and matte, it's I don't need any gloss for my stitches. It's just not necessary. I know DMC, I'm a big fan of DMC, and it doesn't do that, it doesn't show anyway with anything about 20. It's less obvious. But for 14, it's very obvious when the threads look slightly glossy. There we go, nice and easy. Hopefully no visits from our frogs there. Doesn't matter what color it is, pink or green. I don't want to see any frogs today. Frog-free Sunday. Frog-free Sunday. Kathy Hapler is joining us. Welcome. And Alison Rainey as well. So good to see you back. And let's have a look at what everybody's working on today. Let's have a look. Let's get it set up here. Oh, Belinda says, just missed the live by a few minutes yesterday. Right, and it depends on where you are. Yes, yesterday we finished around midnight time in the UK. So if you're in Australia, for instance, then yes, you're probably just woken up. But I'm glad you're here today. Well done. And Ebony is working on the Antique Shop by Amy Stewart, drinking black currant juice. Ebony, I saw the web you posted. How fascinating. And I'm just so impressed how neat it looks for you. But it's interesting because so Ebony is stitching in the using Saga to create highlight boxes. So if you use Saga for a little while, you know that feature, okay? And she's kind of Ebony. Are you doing min to max? Right? You park as you go, and then you finish. You work the part threads and then do minimum to maximum, meaning that, you know, picking colors within that box from the minimum number of stitches and working your way up. And I tried that method, maybe in a small area, and it just come out really messy because the part threads, maybe I just haven't worked out how to part them in a sort of orderly, kind of give them a sort of, you know, consistent location to part them. So it turned out a little bit mess. For me, it's more like a tornado stitching method. But Ebony's doing it so neatly though. But I do notice, Ebony, tell me, because you're working on, so you have a block of area that's finished, and then you start to work on another area on top. But I noticed it's actually not lining up to the right edge of the bottom area. Is there a reason that you do that? Because it seems like you kind of offset a couple of blocks and create another box on top. Is that just preferences because that's the area you want to stitch, or is there any special reason? I'd love to know that. And live with Natty. Natty says, my fabric for Christmas house 2 came in today. I love next day Amazon delivery. Absolutely. So Natty is joining us on the Christmas house sale that we're going to start on 2nd November, which is Sunday as well, the first Sunday of November. And we're going to start that sale together. And of course, you can stitch any Christmas piece that you have already. But we are, quite a few of us are starting with Christmas house number 2. Because there's 3 pieces. They're kind of linked together, kind of similar theme by the same artist. And if you'd like to join us as well, there's still time for you to get it arranged. Ooh, I think, hang on. I think, okay, look away, guys. Look away, guys. Everything is under control here. Everything is under control. I think, oh no. Yes, I'm talking. My excuses is I am just focused on you guys. That's why this stitch is not supposed to be here, okay? And just look away. It's a nice and easy Sunday stitching. Okay, no need to get too strict about it. Oh dear, I think this thread is starting to fray a little bit. Why don't I cut it off and start fresh? I think that would be better. And let me not removing. I'm not removing stitches. Okay, I am just gently guide this stitch away from the fabric. This is a new technique. Oh no, Sarah, please have mercy on me. Yes, I think I did one extra stitch there. It's all good. Let me come back and find. I don't know. Sometimes CXC can fray slightly. I'm just blaming CXC now. Yeah, so if you want to join us for the Christmas stitching from this particular piece, there's 3 pieces. You're welcome to stitch any one of them, and we can start together. It'll be fun. Why not? Why not, guys? And Betty Hankins has just joined us. Welcome. And Marilyn as well. She says, hi, Yogi. Dinner meal prep in slow cooker. Wow. Slow cooker. And trash out and Roomba running to get the dust bunny. I got the cat hair. Coffee made, water filled. Let's stitch with Yogi and everyone here. Well, look at me. This is what organization looks like. Okay, guys, watch and learn from Marilyn. Everything sorted, and then come to Yogi and stitch with Yogi. That's how it's done. Well done, well done. Very good to see you. Okay, so I'm gonna just, let's just pretend it didn't happen, and I am going to just continue with the next row correctly. Okay, and let's just stitch peacefully forward, and oh, Ebony says the only reason I did that, as in and offset the box, is because I wanted to stitch the box. Yes, I thought that maybe there's some reasons. Yes, and she says that the area that I have left out, it just block stitching. Right, so I can go and do when I'm not confetti mood. That makes perfect sense. That explains to me, because I did have a little look, and I wanted to work that out, because just in case there's some reason that you did that. But it makes perfect sense that you just want to stitch that particular area, and as you said, the blocks on the right, they're just block stitching, and you don't want to do that at that point in time. Yes, I like that. I like that very much. And the way you park is so neat. I just don't know how to organize my thread parking that way, to make it look, to have some sense of order there. Yogi, Abani says Yogi's on top form, first thread, and already reversing stitching. We've got some new viewers here. I'm sure they've never witnessed a reverse stitching, and in the spirit of demonstration, I want to share my techniques with everyone. So already I'm doing reverse stitching, okay, just for you. I know it's it just where I work. I just want to help you and to show you the special techniques. That's very, very useful. So there are 2 steps. If you ever question the stitches, maybe it's not a correct location, or maybe you need to kind of address the situation. Step 1, reverse stitching. Okay, reverse stitching, and do not mention the F word. Do not erase the F word from your dictionary, from your mind, and from your vocabulary. And step 2, 3 Ds: deny, deny, and deny. Okay, so 2 steps. Repeat with me. First step, reverse stitching and no F word. Second step, deny, denied, and if necessary, deny again, and then move forward. Okay, so it's a crash course with master level stitching here, just for you. Okay, guys, I'm here to help. That's why I'm here. So here we go. Oh, everything's going smoothly, and 310 stitching is beautiful and peaceful, and I don't mind stitching the same color for a lot of stitches, as long as it's not block stitching. Block stitching, I have to think about it, and I'll do a little bit at a time when I have that capacity in me. Sometimes I just want to keep going without having to check the pattern. There'll be time and place for that, but otherwise, I like the challenge of having to check my position, the chart, and and even if I have to do reverse stitching from time to time, it's fun. And Abney says, I have part threads held back out the way while needle minders. I find it helps with keeping it need. Yes, Ebony is the actual organization of the path threads, but also is the convention for your parking spots. So if you go up, so because you're doing quite a large area at a time, so when you park up, I think you park in the nearest area toward the completion area, right? So you instead, normally if we do the block by block parking, we park in the upper left within each block. So I think you probably park toward the bottom up. So that's why you work your thread from top to bottom. But are you planning to stitch down? Because you probably have to do that at some point. You're parking down as well. But when you're parking down, do you then park toward the upper left? Is that correct? That would make sense. And you kind of have to stitch in order for that kind of parking convention to be consistent. I think my problem was because I'm kind of moving around with no particular order. So sometimes I do one block area about, sometimes I go to the right, sometimes I go to the bottom. So the parking spot became a problem. I think I need to be more disciplined with where I go in terms of, the order, area that I go to. Selene is here. Hello. She says, hello everyone. Today I'm working on Mediterranean Harbour by Haidt. Very nice. Very nice. And Lisa is also here with us. Lisa says, good evening, everyone. I'm usually silent watcher every night, but just had to, it's called lurking. It's called lurking. Okay, we have special term, lingo for it. And I just had to share, I have started my first Haidt today. Winter bonfire night. Lisa, congratulations. The first Haidt is special. And it's very quite telling in terms of which pattern makes you make that first step. So, please join the Facebook group if you haven't already and share the web. I love to see which pattern it is. And winter bonfire nice sounds like a great winter stitching piece. So congratulations. The first of many, I'm sure. So round of applause for Lisa. And so great for you to unlurk yourself to share that. And just stay here, just hang out. Yes, congratulations from Sarah. And Turtle Stitchers here says, Lisa, congratulations. I'm 2 weeks into my first Haidt. Well, yes, you've got a friend here for the first time Haidt person, Haidt stitcher. And Heather says it's a different kind of stitching, but I'm loving it. I know you're going to love because I think if anybody is kind of slightly intimidated by Haidt type of pattern, is probably the confetti maybe, and also the sheer size and number of stitches of it. But once you start stitching, you realize you're stitching one stitch at a time, really. But you have the added fun of having to come up with creative way of stitching your piece. And that's ongoing. It's not, static way of stitching, one way of stitching. And if you listen to the chat here, you probably notice that, I don't know, millions of different combination of way of stitching that you could do. And you can change on the go. So it's great fun. It's great fun. And I think if you stitch pieces like this one, for instance, it's quite nice. I love it as a side dish. But, it's kind of, sometimes you crave for challenges. And to be honest, sometimes I crave for confetti, would you believe? That's why I go for max colors frequently. If I have a choice for max colors, not just for the result, maybe it comes out a little bit more details. I'm just, I'm a sucker for challenges. I like changes. I like to have to come up with different ways of finding solution for the piece. So you will love it. I think you will love it. Let me double check here. Why does it look slightly iffy? Oh, okay. I know what's going on there. It's good, it's good. It's not that I stitch anywhere incorrectly. I just have one stitch missing here. That's why it doesn't match up. So no need to bring out the, emoji, okay? Save it for later. I think I just missed one stitch here. 1, 2. Hang on. Yes, okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I just need to add in one more stitch. All is good, all is good. And now I can come back here. Three stitches from the right. Yes, I'm good, I'm good. And Ebony says, when I park up, I park nearest to the bottom and opposite when I park down. Okay, okay. So in a way, when you move to the row, the area below, you kind of have to remember, well, I suppose you're gonna work the part threads from bottom up. Yes, okay, okay. I think, I need to try that method again, because I kind of, gave up and started to do freestyle stitching. Oh, hello. 1, 2. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. No need to panic. Okay. Everything's is good here. Everything is good. 3 stitches from the right. All right. Phew. Lisa says, I have heard so many great tips listening to you or lurking. I know, it's like every session. There's so many clever stitches here. And also when we get together, our minds become more creative because we see different ways of working. And then you try something new, and then maybe you come up with your own version or modifications. And we continue that circle and share with everyone here. So it's great fun. It's ever changing, evolving, kind of information is flowing. So let me just keep going down from here. I've learned so much as well, to be honest. Even though before I started the channel doing the streaming, I was going everywhere on YouTube and trying to find information. But the thing is, nothing beats real-time communication, because like now, I've just communicated with Ebony real time, and I can find out so many things if I was to go to a Facebook group, which is great as well, or if I just try to write in the comment section and try to get some reply. It would take, God knows, much longer, and maybe still as clear as mud. So real-time conversation is just the best. So come forward and join us. And everybody's welcome here. Oh, I think my little kitty is going to have little paws on both sides. Oh, nice. So I'm going to keep moving down here. Let me have a look at my chart. Okay, I think I know where I'm going next. So I'm following the outline of the little paws. Oh, Susan, thank you so much. Yes, Susan's reminding me, Yogi, don't forget Dolly. Give me a little sec. Give me a little sec. Let me just go and check on Dolly. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, Dolly was sitting outside the bay window looking in and go, why did it take you so long? Where have you been, Mummy? Have you forgotten me? Oh, thank you, Susan. Dear, oh dear. Yes. And Grace Holston is also here. Hello, hello. Says, hello, everyone. I'm working on Traveling Library today. Yes, 2 days in a row. Amazing. I love that piece. That's the piece we worked on yesterday from Amy Stewart. Absolutely beautiful. Yes, I need to focus on that piece a little bit more. So my focus at the moment, of course, we're starting the new Christmas piece, okay, but that's only for the Christmas season. But I really want to focus on Traveling Library and also Gecko Rouge piece, those two epic pieces. And I love them both so much. And I'm stitching both of them on 28 counts, which is my favorite at the moment. Oh, and I have to decide what fabric count to go for my Christmas piece. I haven't made up my mind. I need to order my fabric like now, really. So I need to make some decisions. Serena says, night night to you all. I did my 5-hour marathon. Have you? Today, oh, we're stitching 535 stitches. Now going to sleep. I'll watch the rest of the live stream tomorrow morning. Yes, Serena, 99. Send Serena some 99 icon that I have masterfully created for you. Send it over to Serena. So have a restful sleep. And I'll see you tomorrow. And Marilyn says, do you need to check on your kitty? Yes, Marilyn is remember as well. Thank you so much. Yes. And Dolly has come in. She's sulking a little bit. She's like going, oh, you know, have you forgotten me? And which I have a little bit until you reminded me. Oh, I'm a terrible, terrible mummy. Terrible mummy. And Abney says, I bought my Christmas pattern today, the one with Teddy. I'm itching to start. Okay, yes, I know. Abney, I saw the markup there. It's very, very pretty. There are actually 2 teddies, right? That's the little one on the bottom right there. I saw it. So, you know, I'll be checking on the teddies from time to time. Just make sure they're still there, all right? I'm doing my job protecting the teddies because Abney, you know, who knows? Just make sure the teddies does not, no, the both teddies do not disappear suddenly. Go AWOL and go, and Abney's going to come back and go, what teddy? There was no teddy in this piece. Ah, yes. We need to protect the teddies. And Sarah says, I got my Christmas chart waiting for fabric to arrive. Oh, which one are you stitching then? Yes, I'd love to know. Christmas cupcake. Well, that sounds like a great combination. Christmas and cupcake. Oh, look at my little cats. My little alien dolly here. It's got both paws. Yes, look at this. These stitches are so effective. It's so well charted. I love it. Just like 10 stitches, my little dolly has paws. Little furry paws. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's so cute. And Heather says, I counted and I have 62 part threads on traveling library. I don't feel overwhelmed. They're marked and I'll get to them when I get to them. Exactly. Part threads. You know, sometimes I get questions on where is that? You know, comments sometimes on YouTube videos, because I have shorts out there showing how I park. And for people who never parked before, sometimes they kind of look at it in awe and go, well, how do you know which thread is which? And but Heather, as you said, everything has a destination. Every single thread is parked there for a reason. So and also with the chart, you know exactly what colors they are. It makes perfect sense. But I think for people who are not never done parking or never seen this way of stitching, it does look pretty crazy, doesn't it? It's just like, why would you want to, how do you work with those threads? And I remember the first time I saw people parking, I felt the same way. I was thinking, whoa, do you not just go completely, you know, just confused about what is what? And it took me a while to figure out how it works. I think if you've been parking for a while, it seems very obvious. You know, yeah, of course, you know what they are. But if you've never done it before, yes, it can look just pretty insane way of stitching. Right, my 310 here. And I think I might keep going here just to complete the inside area. Why not? And then I can start to go outside. Do a little bit of a background perhaps. Susan says, Ebony, not that crew, Teddy rule. Yes, I'm happy to hear that teddies are currently safe with Ebony. Okay, but we just need to check from time to time, you know, just in case we need to protect the teddies. And I'm going to kind of working top down now from the chest, and I think it would be quite nice, you know, all the outlines within Alien Kitty, Alien Dolly will be pretty much there, I think, once the chest area is completed. And I'll start to work around. I love to work on these two little flowers on the side as well, and a little bit of a green at the bottom. I just think it is so cute. Right, so I'm going to focus the chest area here and make sure that I you know, no reverse stitching is required. Okay, and Abney says, thank you, Susan. I've been trying telling Yogi that Teddy is safe, but she doesn't trust me. No, I do not trust Ebony until I see it. You know, I will only believe it when I see teddies emerging on the fabric. Otherwise, I'll keep checking, you know. Protect teddies. Safety, equal right for teddies. Oops. We're good here. We're good. Oh, I love a little bit of 310 stitching. It's lovely. And also when you're making outlines of certain things, it just feels so satisfying. You know, you're not just stitching like a blob of something. You're stitching, you're creating the image. as you stitch. It's so nice. It's like, sketching with thread. And Marilyn says, I was like you, Yogi, started by a kit and then got on the YouTube and saw what cross stitch can be. Then just drove into and learned about the gridding and parking and even ending threads by pin stitch. Yes, it's called, Marilyn, it's called rabbit hole. It's called full coverage rabbit hole, stitching, cross stitch rabbit hole. And I think, we're in it in some way still. Yes, I was going, high and low on YouTube, trying to find information, parking methods. And I have come across some very good channels, like Joyce, Stitchy Dachi, who comes into the chat on a regular basis. And I also came across Needlebug as well. And who else? Komari, which, who we talked about quite a lot, of a crazy stitching speed. And who else did I come across? I've come across quite a bit. Oh, Gemma, of course, Gemma. Gemma's method is also very unique. Yes, there's so many different ways of doing it. And it's so much fun. And I'm sure there'll be new ones coming out, right? As people stitch and get creative. And I think stitching method, they kind of evolved, or rather it's an expression of the stitcher's personality. Because just as we say, parking is not for some people. Some people just don't want to park. And some people love parking. Like I am, I'm kind of a blend of everything because I just like to try everything. I'm curious and I like a little bit of challenge. So I'll try anything. I'll try anything. And so I think how we approach stitching, reflects maybe our personality, how we approach problems, how we solve problems. And Marilyn says, then I found you. Yes. And Marilyn, I've only been around for 5 minutes, really. I've only started this channel, I think, back in May, sometime this year. So this is a baby channel, and well done for finding it. It's a tiny, tiny little channel. And when I started streaming, no one was watching. So I feel very blessed that you found me here and come back to stitch with me every day. Teddy start. Yes, Abney, you have to do a teddy start just to make sure the teddy is going to be there. And you have 2 teddies, right? Maybe start them simultaneously. So I can rest, I can be sure that they're going to be there. Otherwise, I'll be constantly worrying about teddies. Oh, my goodness. Oh no, Ebony, don't do that to me. Don't leave them to last. Yes, I'm going to be worried for a very long time. And, I think I'll be asking Ebony You know, it like people being taken hostage. They have to take a photo just to prove they're alive. You want them to take a photo with today's newspaper. I think that's what I need to do with Ebony. You know, once in a while, I would like to have today's newspaper, okay, next to Teddy, and take a photo so I know that Teddy is still there. Just checking, you know. Mandy Moran says, I'm stitching on my Halloween Soul by Tiny Modernist. I'm at 46.55% drinking coffee. That's almost 50. That's almost 50%. Well done, Mandy. And it's Halloween as well. Very, very nice. And yeah, a lot of people work on what this piece is going to, you know, I'm going to continue working next year. So maybe maybe one panel a year. So this is a bargain. You know, this pattern is going to last me for 4 to 5 years of stitching. How amazing. And I got it when it was a 50% sale as well. Oh, lucky me. This pattern is going to you know, give me a lot of stitching time. 5 years, who knows? And Janine is joining us as well. She says, hope I'm not too late. Oh, I'm never too late for a great party, Janine. Yes, we've just warmed up a little bit, okay? So well done, well done. Never too late, never too late. Betty Lou Taylor says, has anyone seen that fairy stitching? Just came out with a version of Traveling Library. What? I saw something on TikTok last night. What do you mean by that? Fairy stitching? You mean like a company piece for a traveling library? Anyone knows? And Heather House is joining us in the chat. Welcome, Heather. Apparently, there are going to be two pieces, sort of companion pieces, alongside Traveling Library. But it's unclear to me whether both of them are going to be created by Amy Stewart, or is this some sort of different collaboration? I have no idea. It's unclear. Just the wording from Amy Stewart. She doesn't say, well, there'll be two more pieces from me to go along with Traveling Library. She just goes, there will be two companion pieces. Just keeping us on our toes. Oh, little legs, little drumsticks. We keep moving up then. Oh, I'm so enjoying this. Abney says it's a Chinese company. They have other unlicensed artwork on their site. It's a few from Amy Stewart. Oh, you mean the TikTok thingy we were just talking about? Fairy stitching. Oh, you mean Fairy Stitching as, is it Fairy Stitching a company name? And they have a version of Traveling Library. That's, if it's not licensed, that's so naughty. They should be reported, seriously. Should be sued. But obviously I have no idea. So if it's a license, apology. But I'd be very surprised if that's licensed. If it's the same piece, then it's just unlikely that it's not an exclusive to Heaven and Earth. But that's quite stupid because this piece in the stitching world is quite high profile. You know, it's one of the sort of, you know, maybe one of the best pieces coming from Amy Stewart. And if they just do that without license, they're asking for trouble. Let me take a sip of my coffee. I have coffee. Yes, I have coffee, and I have peppermint tea. Oh, lovely coffee. Janine says, is she talking about Painting Fairy? That's my favorite stamp stitching company. I'm warm working on my Christmas angel from them now. Hate Halloween. Fair enough. Yes, I think Painting Fairy may be the company name. I'm not familiar with them. But sounds like, according to Betty, they have a version of Traveling Library, which I'll be very surprised if they actually have the license to do that. I'll be very surprised, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe Amy Stewart. Need to look into that. Susan says, did you see the gypsy on caravan steps with a fox? That's an Amy piece. So I think there will be Amy's, someone posted on the group the other day. Yes, I've seen that one before, but I don't think that's the company piece, is it? I think that's also Amy Stewart. Yeah, I think I saw that post as well, but I've seen that piece quite a while back. Someone else posted it. So that pattern has been around for a while, I think. Betty says, I think maybe Painting Fairy, the pattern look a little weird. Yeah, I think it would be super naughty if they actually do it unlicensed, of a piece that is so new and so high profile as well. I'll be genuinely surprised if they got a license from Amy Stewart as well. It just seems unlikely. Simone, welcome Simone, says, hello, I'm working on my first cross stitch. Let's have a look. Simone says, I'm working on my first cross stitch from Real Lace Pegasus constellation before I do a big cross stitch. Oh, I've never heard of that. Is that is it a company or is it an artist? Welcome, Simone. And Natty says, I just bought my husband The Merry Mushroom Village by Amy Stewart, 1,000 piece puzzle. You know, our another gentleman stitcher, Travis, he loves his Pokemons, and he cross stitch as well, but he also loves his sort of jigsaw puzzle as well. To be honest, I do love it as well. I hadn't done it for years and years, but and apparently there are channels, just like floss tubing, there are jigsaw puzzle tubing channels as well. Literally just people putting the jigsaw puzzles together. And I think Travis has got one piece, one kit that is maybe, I can't remember how many thousand pieces. That's so crazy. But Natty, that's just such a wonderful, I think it's a Christmassy piece as well. You know, and I think the title is also Merry Mushroom. It's might as well Merry Christmas. It's got a Christmas theme there as well, so it's quite nice. Oh, 310 stitching is relaxing. But it's not block stitching. I still need to watch where I'm going, which is nice. It's a nice balance between a little bit of challenge and very relaxing as well. And one more here. Perfect. Lovely. There. These three are done. I'm going to keep going actually. So I am going to finish all the 310 stitches within the chest area. And then I'll start to go outside and pick a different color. So but I'm really enjoying the 310 stitching right now. So relaxing. And let me take 2 pieces here. And Betty says companies still all the time. Temple. Oh, is it Temu? Temu? I think he meant Temu. Is terrible about it as well. I don't know. Yes, it must be such a headache for creators. Because all they have to do is they take the piece of artwork and chart it themselves. You know, it's not so much they steal the chart itself. They just steal the artwork and chart it themselves. And sometimes chart it really badly. That's so sad. I don't know how much they can do about it because it seems so prevalent. So I don't know whether the artists have, you know, if you want to sue, you probably need a lot of resources to sue, to take it against a company. And if there's so many different companies doing that, where do you even start? It's very sad. And to be honest, I have to admit, you know, as a casual stitcher, I was totally unaware of the copyright issue. I just thought, well, if there's a chart, there's a chart. And, you know, it wasn't until that I got into it a little bit more, I realized that it's an issue. It's a thing, you know. There are companies, they literally just use images unlicensed. Brittany says Hate's birthday is on the 24th. I bet there will be a sale. I think I'll pick up the caravan as a companion piece. That's interesting. Yeah, they do sales all the time. But is that piece the companion piece though, I wonder? Because according to Amy Stewart, the companion pieces won't be out. They're not out yet, from the sound of it. If I read into the post that Ebony reposted in a group, it just sounds like they're not out yet. Yes, Natty, and jigsaw puzzle is quite relaxing as well. The issue I have with jigsaw puzzle is that I always lose pieces, you know, and also I always wonder, what do I do once I finish, completed the piece? Do I then take it apart and start again, or do I frame it? But if I do frame it, that means I can't play with it anymore. So decisions. But I did have quite a few sets growing up as a kid. And I love, really intricate ones. Not those really easy, I don't know, 100 pieces or whatever it is. I really like big ones. I think I have one set, maybe 3,000 pieces. Like a night view of a city. But all you have to do is just lose one piece. It's game over. You can never complete it. Oh, bingo, 310, yes. And Betty says, I'm back stitching with 310. There you go. And Heather says bingo as well. Very nice. And Betty says, there are also Lego channels where they stream building a Lego project. I can see that being quite interesting because Lego, I did love Lego growing up as well. And at one point, I had a boyfriend that had a child, 8-year-old child. So I spent a lot of time with the daughter, and we played Lego together. So I had to be creative to impress to impress the daughter because she was so clever. And yes, Lego, you can go very far with Lego. I mean, you can build some amazing stuff. Yes, I do like Lego. Janine says, I always get bored with 310. I always try to leave it till last. Yeah, I think it's not so much the 310, it's that if it's just one kind of blocks of 310, yes, I have issues with that as well. But with this one, really, I'm creating the illustration. I'm creating the artwork, the outline. So it's really, really fun. So everything's framed and outlined with 310. And it's great fun just creating this little alien kitty here. Yes, but I'm with you. If I had to stitch, just block stitching, then then I have issues. I have issues. 1, 2. So normally what I do is kind of divide and conquer. So I dip in a little bit before I get bored. I move out and do something else, stitch somewhere else, and then come back. Brittany says, I don't think it's the official companion piece, but I really like it. And Inside Out View, yes, it's interesting. The Amy Stewart, well, clearly she's got some sort of fascination with caravans and also foxes, which is lovely. Marilyn asks, those that she sell with hate, how much do they go on sale? I have a few I want to get, hoping for a sale. I think they'll do one very soon. And normally when they do is 50%. So I think regular charts, full size, they're how many dollars? Just under $20. And during sales is 50%. So it's a bargain. And they're beautifully charted. So it's probably time to put a few on your wish list. And then as soon as, you know, the sale is here, you can check out. That's normally my strategy. And beware of the phenomena. Sometimes you maybe you go in, you go, well, I only want one chart or two charts, but you check out with 10. That happens too. It's a, you know, obviously it's not the stitcher's fault. Those patterns just fall into the basket. I mean, you know, we can't stop it. It just happens like that. Suzanne says, Alex memorizes the Lego building videos and then can build them afterwards. No kidding. Wow. That's amazing. So Alex has got like a photographic memory and all the details there. That is amazing. But I think Lego is so good for kids as well, for, you know, or whoever, even grown-ups. It gets your mind working to, you know, how you can be creative with your solutions. Hey, Joyce, hello. Welcome. Joyce. Stitchy Dutchy is here. And Brittany says, hate always have sales around the major holidays and special days throughout the year. Like Michelle's birthdays. Yes, and also random days. It just seems like very often they just have a sale, which is lovely. They're very generous with their sales. You know, it's not 70% and you know, 30% off or something like that. It's 50. It's half price. Joy says, I'm going to do some seasonal stitching, knitting socks, and I'm making a cup of mint tea. Ooh, Joyce is stitching socks. Are you making socks for somebody? Amazing. I did try socks knitting. It's very tricky and fun, quite fun to do, but the socks didn't last for very long. They start to stretch. I think a week into it, they turn into like a double in size. Don't ask me why. I followed instructions. I'll have a sip of my coffee here. And I do have a crochet blanket to finish. I've been working on it for maybe close to 2 years. Oh, seriously. And it's quite nice just finding time, the bandwidth to do it. But I like to finish the blanket, and also it's kind of the season to work on the blanket, isn't it? Very nice. I'm almost there within this area. Very lovely. Heather House says, after my daughter finishes a puzzle, she swaps with friends. Oh, so everyone gets a new challenge. That's such a great idea. You need to have jigsaw puzzle friends. Yes, that's a great idea. Because, you know, the jigsaw puzzle is only fun when you're doing it. Once it's done, it's a nice picture. It's a little bit like, you know, our pieces, isn't it? The fun part is stitching it. And even though it's nice to complete, but once it's completed, what do you do with it? You frame it or put it in the drawer? So I think, you know, that's a very good idea. We just need to make some friends. They've got nice jigsaw puzzle pieces sets as well. Choose your friends wisely. Make sure they have jigsaw puzzle at home. One, two, and two at the bottom here. Perfect. I've got just enough thread to finish the 2 stitches here. Oh, perfect finish. This is really my day today. Right, and so I think I've done all the 310 stitches around and within the kitty, which is remarkable. And now I will be able to decide where I go next. And I think I'm probably I'm going to pick a slightly brighter color. So I have done a little bit on the left here, which is the background. And I think what I'm going to do is maybe, let me flip my chart over and have a look here to see what's markup rather. I know where I'm going to go. So if you look at this, there's a little kind of a tree grass thingy at the back here. I'm going to do that and then maybe stitch around the yellow colors at the back. I think that's where I'm going to go next. Right? You can see that there's a little bit of a kind of a tree, little, I don't know what it is. Grass? Is it grass or something there? And maybe once I've done that around here, I'll do a little bit of the chest area, you know, just fill in the colors a little bit more. But you can see my little kitties. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that is so sweet. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see it like that. That is super cute. That is super cute. Very happy with that. Very happy with that. Marilyn, exactly. Have your credit card ready and put it everything, you know, in a wish list or even in the basket. I think they keep everything in the basket, don't they? Because some companies, if you drop things in the basket and not checking out for a while, they delete everything. So keep them. I normally keep them under wish list, and then just quietly move them into the basket when I'm ready. So here we go. I'm going to pick this one and do a little bit of tree branches here. Not tree, kind of like a thingy. Stick at the back. 3011. 3011. I'd be very shocked if there's a spooky bingo for this one. Unless you're stitching the same piece. 3011. 11. Let me see how many stitches are there. Not that many. Yes, I think one piece should be okay. Janine says, problem with knitting socks is that you get so excited when you finish one, but then you have to make the other one. Yes, Janine, I'm with you. I can't tell you how many times that I try to knit one side and then just kind of go, well, yeah, I'm done. So single sock situation. Yes, it does happen. It does happen because I like stitching socks. The reason I want to stitch socks is the challenge of it, because it's a very unusual shape to stitch and there are techniques involved. But the thing is, once you've done that once, it takes a little bit of motivation to do the other one. Absolutely with you. Absolutely with you. Yes. The lone sock situation. It can happen. And maybe you can just do different ones, different design on the different size, so it keeps it kind of interesting. But then you end up with two socks looking different. But who cares if you wear them around the house, right? No one's looking. No one's looking. And Heather says, when I make socks, I always do two at a time. It takes longer, but there's no second sock to do. How do you do two at the same time? Do you just have two sets of needles and just simultaneously do them? Or is this some sort of a special technique that you can just have two working together? That would probably be a good idea, because otherwise I get to see the single sock situation happens quite a lot. I'm definitely in that category. Oh, Joy says, I've got a perfect solution for the second socks syndrome. I want to know. Does it involve just two different socks? Just do single ones twice with different design. One red, the other one blue. Different patterns to keep it fresh. Suzanne says, I stitch my socks in tandem, so I will work a certain amount, then switch to the other sock. See, the single sock syndrome is a thing, okay? That's why people come up with strategies like this. It's a thing. I'm happy to hear that. I'm not alone in this. Janine is not alone either. Grace Houston says, I do magic loop 2 at a time when I'm knitting socks. 2 at a time. So magic loop is that initial loop at the tip of the sock. I haven't knitted so long. I can't remember now. There's a magic loop with crochet as well. And every time I have to restart doing knitting and crocheting, I literally have to check the instructions all over again to check what stitch is which is, what stitch. I just cannot remember after a while. So there are ways to stitch two socks simultaneously without involving two sets, like just having 2 projects at the same time. Is that correct? And Suzanne says, I split my yarn in half and used 2 sets of needles. I find I didn't really like magic loop for knitting socks. So is a magic loop a technique that you can stitch 2 socks at the same time? I don't think if I have done it. It sounds familiar. It's been a while that I knitted socks. Oh, watch this, the little grass, I think it's a grass thingy at the background emerging. Heather says, my favorite way is 2 circulars. Okay, so you just have 2 circular needles. But hang on, but circular needles, sometimes they're too, I suppose, I'm trying to remember. Because you could use, is it 5 different needles to do that? Or you have a circular needle, but they have to be, well, it probably doesn't matter. They don't have to be super small. Yes, I actually got quite a few sets of really nice knitting needles, circular ones and also regular ones. I really need to use them again, because for a while before I started stitching this much, I was mostly knitting. That was my main activity when it comes to crafting. And lo and behold, this takes over. Joy says, Joy says her solution for the second sock syndrome is start with the second sock. Down, down, down. Drum rolls for Joy's. That's a solution. Okay, then you end up with the first sock syndrome, Joyce. So is your solution then go back and start the first socks? Oh dear. Yes. Oh, clever Joyce. You can't beat that. All right. Oh, I love this. I'm really loving it. Right, I'm gonna do a tuck in here. And then I'm gonna take another one of the same color. It's really enjoyable. 3011. I like this color a lot. This kind of grassy color here. Grace Hudson says, yes, Stitchy Dutchies. It's just a matter of starting the second one. See? The simplest solution is the best. It's so obvious, isn't it, Joyce? Yeah. What's the problem? All you have to do is just start the second one. Right. And Suzanne says I use two circulars when I have a pattern that has lace or cables, or otherwise I just do vanilla socks. I use DPNs. I have no idea what it is. Vanilla socks is like socks with vanilla flavor. But even with knitting socks, there are different techniques, aren't they? They're different because you have to create a very odd shape there. But somehow it just works. Socks are funny, aren't they? Heather says, I think knitting and stitching are similar because we love working with the yarn and threads. It's a very tactical experience, a tactile experience. Yes, exactly. I think people who love craft in some way, we just love making things. And, you know, I love working with threads and fabric in general. And that's why I love stitching, sort of textile in the design as well. So I have a lot of pieces with quilt rooms, sewing rooms, and some sort of craft rooms, because it's just full of things I love in my life. Yes, totally. I think we just love making things. So all these things have something in common. And simplicity as well. If a craft requires too many things like accessories and setup, that's why I haven't got into diamond painting. It just feels like it's got so many things involved. I like the simplicity of stitching. You just have some needles, a fabric, and some threads. You can start stitching, or knitting as well. Literally just yarns and some needles, and you can start doing it. What else? I think sewing is a little bit more involved with pattern. You know, it depends on what you're sewing, but you need a sewing machine. But otherwise, I just love things that you can just pick up and start doing. It doesn't involve too many things like accessories and stuff. You know, the simplicity of it. Yes, Heather. Yes, I know you meant tactile and tactical as well, perhaps. You know, it requires strategies. Alandria says, I don't know if I said hi already. Hi, Alandria. I'm here listening, but have a low energy day, so no stitching for me. Yes, you're gonna feel better just hang out here. Just, oh, hello. I think I missed one stitch. Oh, look away, guys. Okay, another demonstration very quickly of reverse stitching. See, it's so easy and so elegant. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Suzanne, I know what you mean. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to be as clever as Joyce, but you know, not very successful. And Sarah is using my power snack emoji. Yes, just rest and recharge. Indeed, power drinks and power snacks, Alandria. And we will send you energy and love. There's some hugs. This feels nice. But Landria, I don't know whether you have like 14 counts or like 16 counts pieces like this. Sometimes if you want to rest from full coverage, sometimes I just pick up a 14 count and just start stitching. Because it feels nice and easy, and all the colors are really bold. You can see, the stitches really well. I love it, and I love seeing the crosses, And sometimes, it's just nice. You can have an easier day stitching lower fabric counts. It's fun. Or less confetti pieces. And Betty Lou Taylor says, I love to knit, and especially socks. I love using DPS. I don't know what that is. As an architecture of building a sock. I know sock knitting is weird. If you've never done it before, it's bizarre. You just create really odd shapes. And I have crocheted socks as well. Yes, very interesting. You kind of create shapes that kind of doesn't make sense when you're doing it, but when it starts to take shape, you go, oh yes, that bit is for the heel, that bit is for the toes. It's a very quite a unique experience. Hello, am I missing something here? Two. Oh dear. Okay, I'm good. One. I just missed one stitch here. Look away, guys. Look away. It's all good here. My excuses is we're chatting, so sometimes reverse stitching is required. And I think I've got just enough thread left over for 2 more stitches, maybe. Just about. Janine says, I tried diamond painting, but it was not for me, and I made a huge mess with diamonds all over the floor. Oh, that could happen. They're just little beads everywhere. That was for me. Yeah, for me, yes. I've never tried, so I shouldn't say I would not, like it or do it. But it just seems a little bit more. The opportunity of it goes a little bit chaotic is a little bit greater than stitching for me. I think it just all the beads just it can be a little bit nervous. You take a sip. Oh, I think I want a little bit of piece of chocolate. I know already. Chocolate time. Yes, for me. Oh, I can see the chocolate time icon emojis already in the chat. I know you have premonition. I was just thinking I would like a nice piece of my chocolate button here, and this is a new bag. I finished the last one. Okay, sorry. Yes, and so it's a new bag. It's a lot of buttons there, so I'm gonna pick one, and they're different sizes, I noticed, so I'm gonna pick a really big one. Here we go. Oh, nice, very nice. Big button there, and I've got coffee as well. Perfect. Life is perfect. Here we go. Lovely, as usual. I like flavored chocolates from time to time, but plain chocolate, dark chocolate is just the best. In spirit, I'm sharing my chocolate buttons with you, okay? Sip of my water here. Live with Natty. If I remember correctly, Natty, you've got a shop, haven't you? Like a diamond painting. I think Natty is a diamond painter. So Natty says, diamond painting, the same thing. You need a pen with wax, tray, and some type of storage system. The rest, just like cross stitching, you don't need a hoop. That's true. You want it, or a stand. Do you need a stand for diamond painting, or you just lay it on the table? I don't remember seeing a stand or frame for diamond painting, because I think the canvas is quite not stiff, but it's kind of a kind of quite thick material. Brittany says, I want to learn to knit so bad. I love the clicking of the needle. Clicking of the needle. Oh, the wooden needles going. Yes, it's very comforting, isn't it? Brittany, now you talk about that, it makes me want to knit. And it's nice to do some chunky knitting as well with big needles, you know. It feels so satisfying. There's a company I got quite a lot of wool and kids from. It's called Wool and the Gang, and they're a British company. And they, oh, I think I've got those huge needles. They're so thick, like rolling pins. But they do really, really chunky wool as well. So I've got chocolate in my mouth, and you can knit really chunky scarf as well. And I still have quite a lot of material in my drawers there. It makes me want to knit. Slow knitting with Yogi coming up. Here we go. I'm going to fill in some of the orange colors there. Oh, I haven't done orange colors for this piece for a little while. Let's see, 3, 8, 20. 3, 8, 20. I've got one threaded already. Albany says, I just bought a beautiful chart with backstitch and it comes with Saga file. Where did you get it? Yes, Saga compatible, and I love a little bit of a backstitching as well. Depends on the pattern. Yes, please share with us. I am going to start here. This is a very Halloween color, the pumpkin color. Oh dear. And Joyce says, I'd love to announce it very formally, like reaching an official milestone. The heel has been turned. What are we talking about, Joyce? Are we talking about socks? Heel has been turned. There we go. Just snip off this bit very carefully. Very nice happening. Yeah, it would be quite nice to know if you know of maybe pattern creators, whether it's from Etsy or anywhere, they provide Saga compatible files. I'll definitely look into them first because it's just easier, isn't it? And particularly if they have nice patterns as well, it will make me want to buy them more. And this will probably encourage other chart creators to maybe think about providing Saga compatible charts. It makes sense. Hey, Kimberly, good to see you. Round of applause for Joyce. I don't think I totally understood what's happening here. Oh, Natty says, yes, I have a shop. It's not only diamond painting shop, it's a craft shop. How lovely to have a craft shop, isn't it? Do you do online shipping as well? Because if you do, you're more than welcome to share the shop name. When I was knitting a lot, my dream was to have a bicycle shop, half bicycle shop, selling like really vintage bicycles, and the other half knitting items. Now I need to modify it. I need to add a cross-stitching session as well. So three things that bring joy to my life, knitting, cross-stitching, and bicycles. Because bicycles literally saved my life. Prior to that, I had to, get on the London tube. I'm claustrophobic, so I always, it was really traumatic for me to be on public transportation when it's crowded. So bicycles literally saved my life. Now I can cycle everywhere. And so my dream was to have a bicycle shop and serving coffee as well, of course, and maybe some cupcakes. And then the other corner would be tons and tons of knitting stuff, yarns and stuff. And then now I need to add a cross-stitching corner and also, of course, selling really lovely bicycles. And the floor above would be a yoga studio. How's that? As a as a thing. Oh, my dream. That would be my dream come true. Yoga and and knitting, cross stitching, and bicycles. Oh, excellent. I need to work harder to make my dream come true. So you don't, you need a table. So you just lay the canvas. We're talking about diamond painting here. So the canvas, you just lay on the table flat and you can just do it from there. Okay. So you don't need any frames or hoops. Jenny says, my husband is snoring so loud on the couch. It's making me yawn. Yeah, but snoring is supposed to keep you awake, isn't it? But yawning is contagious. If one person yawn, before you know it, everybody's yawning. I'm going to keep going with this beautiful orange color. I'm going to have a sip of my tea, actually. Love United States is online and international as well. Yeah, by all means, share the name of the shop. Yes, post the site in the group. Yes, please. Because we know, if we're buying something, we know we're buying from you, someone, we trust a lot more than random vendors. Michelle says, I will come from the States to work for you. That's a deal, Michelle Fuller. Yes, you can work on my bicycle knitting, cross-stitching yoga studio. Bicycle shop. Yes, that's it. That's a deal. 3820. 3820. Oh, that'd be so much fun, wouldn't it? Oh, Natty's giving us a discount code, is it? She says, I'll post the shop site in the group. I'm going to give a code. My next comment, don't say it out loud. Yeah, if you just type it, I won't say it. So only people in the chat can see it. But the thing is, though, Natty, it probably doesn't matter because if you replay the chat, it will appear. So it's up to you. Whether you want to give the code just for people live here on the live stream, or because whichever way will leave a record there. Because people watch with replay chat as well. So it's up to you. But it's very generous of you. Or maybe, Natty, you can make it sort of time limit, give it an expiry date so it's not permanent. I don't know whether you have the functionality to do that. You can just set a time period. Oh, Brittany, knitting is another rabbit hole, so beware. You might not get out for a little while. I do have a lot of accessories, a lot of needles, some nice ones. So I really should get some knitting done as well. And this is the right season to do it, isn't it? It's nice and cozy. pumpkin color, and it's quite complementary for the color of Laeda as well. It's got some pumpkin color tone. Natty is totally up to you. So yes, the coat can only be used once. You know, it's just a matter of how many people want to share the coat with, really. So it's up to you. But thank you for your generosity to the stitchers here. Susan says, I like crocheting and blankets during the winter. It's lovely and warm once they reach certain lengths. I know, yeah. I think that's my blanket as well. Now I'm kind of halfway there, 50%. It's not a huge blanket there, but as you're knitting, you can start to lay them on your lap and everything and turn into kind of a blanket as you're knitting it. You can use it while you're knitting, which is quite nice. And I do the same with scarf as well. You know, if I create a certain length, I start to wrap it around, wrap it around my neck as I'm stitching. Not stitching, knitting. Oh, Janine's be kitting up Amy Stewart, Marvelous Circus. Need 12 colors? Yes. Top of the colors, you'll be joining us for the next song. That's wonderful. Laura says, are we having a knit and crochet stream? Yes. I know. There's so many crossover of different crafts, isn't it? And I'm not surprised at all. Everybody's doing different things because we probably arrived here through doing many other things and continue, you know, to do so. We just love making things, don't we? Good to see you, Laura. And Alison says, finish stitching for the night. 375 on Atrium and 321 on Spooky Season. That's like 700 stitches. Poker night or pucker night, nighttime tea prepared. Yes, one of my favorite brands for teas. And Aura's not so nice parlor reminder she left her as a present. Oh, the cat. She left a present cleared up as a present cleared up. Oh, I didn't understand the second part, but really happy with your stitching progress. Well done, Alison. And Susan says, I found out that I can open traveling library via my Kindle. Kindle is in the tablet or the phone. Do you mean PDF? PDF you can open, yes. I think Kindles, yes, they open PDFs as well. All right. Let me finish this piece here. Oops. Here we go. And Laura says, finish some of traveling library and posting my progress. 7.18. Laura, do you know what my percentage was? Were you here yesterday? My goodness, I'm barely 0.5%. Laura, have mercy. Have mercy on Yogi. Right, I could. Let me see. Why don't I just finish all the remaining pumpkin color here? 3820. It's probably tidier that way. Yes, Susan. Kindle book readers generally they read PDFs. I mean, Apple iBooks as well. You can open all sorts of PDFs. Because some books, digital books, they actually are published via PDFs. Like Apple Books, a lot of them. Yes, I think you could pretty much upload in PDF form as well. I don't know about Kindle. I suspect it's the same. So it's a PDF reader. Well, I think the great thing about knitting or crocheting, most of the times you are creating something that's quite functional. something you can wear or use. So I think, you know, the motivation in a way maybe greater than stitching in some sense, because you're making a functional item like a scarf, and also you know, a jumper, a sweater, whatever it is, or even socks. You know you can use the items afterwards. And I think for stitching it's a little bit more abstract. First of all, it takes probably longer to do this type of stitching, but also you can frame them. Well, unless you're like Susan here. Susan is going to turn her traveling library into a curtain. So in 50 years time. So, there is kind of a goal attached to it. That's why crocheting and knitting is quite fun, because most of the times you're not making something that's decorative. You're making something that you can actually use. Janine is asking, do any of you use one of those magnifying lights while stitching? I wonder if they work or not. I have a hard time seeing at night. Yes, I think some people are using the magnifying lights. I do have pretty good lighting here, but not so much the magnifying. I think quite a few stitchers use those. Yes, good lighting is important. It's much better for the eyes as well. Here we go. Oh, Alison, you're talking to me. So your kitties bring in presents. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, yes. I've got some chocolate here. Suzanne is using a magnifying lamp all the time. And Michelle Fuller as well. There you go. Maybe some brands to help Janine if she wants to buy one. What would be a good brand? Susan says, "Oh, Yogi, don't be so bitter. You too can, you too can have a duvet cover or curtain. Admittedly, a small duvet or curtain in 50 years' time, Susan." I'll have some time to think about that. Come up with a plan. Maybe I can make it into like a floor mat, I mean, I do regular size, so it's not that small, to be honest. It's smaller than yours because Susan is doing it. It's like 14 counts or 16 counts, right? So it's the size of a world map. But mine is, like a doormat. And it's a little bit small rug. All right. Where do I go next? I think I'm going to do a little bit of, filling in of this chest area. Sounds reasonable. Here we go. 01. Okay. So 01 does not exist. Or I don't have it. With my CXC master set here, but I'm cheating with DMC, so that's I've got it here. And Grace Houston as well. Everybody's using magnifying light. Wow. And Wendy as well. I have 10-time magnifier with LED light floor stand. Can't stitch without it. On a higher count, 10 times. Yeah, definitely. Find support for your eyes. There's just no point straining the eyes. You know, good lighting and a magnifying lamp if you need it. Absolutely. It's a quality of the experience as well, isn't it? And Alison Rennie as well. So Suzanne and Alison got from Amazon. Is there a brand name? Probably it will help Janine to find them. Is there a good brand? And Michelle Fuller says, I have a cross deck. So that's a brand name, I'm guessing. 10 time magnifier. Bought it from Amazon. Around $40. That's very reasonable. For a magnifying lamp. Susan's doing 16 counts. Oh, same as this one then. Susan, it would be a very large cushion. A cushion for giants. Kristen S. is joining us in the chat. She says, hi everyone, it's break for Dungeons and Dragons. So I thought I will hop in with you in spirit. Dungeons and Dragons, is it a game? I don't know. And Joy says, I also use a magnifier, 2-time magnification. So my 25 counts looks like 12 and 5 counts. What? 2.5 counts. Hang on. So if Joyce is using 2-time magnification, so 10 times will make 25 counts look like 6 count. I don't know. I don't know if such fabric count exists. That'd be so huge. Every single stitch is size of a grape. So Heather House is also using magnifying lamp as well. And Natty says I bought a magnifying light. Only use it for the light. The lens makes me dizzy. Oh, maybe it's too strong. Perhaps, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know how many times that is. I wonder why. Okay. And Pascal is here, says hello everyone, welcome. Oh, Susan says you could share the cushion with Dolly. You mean the giant cushion? Yes. I think mostly will be Dolly's by the time by the time she gets to it. She's not gonna share. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Dolly can have it. Dolly cushion. That's it. Oh, with you know, maybe I can make this into a cushion when I finish in about 5 years' time. And then Dolly can use it. Okay, and I'm gonna move toward this color here and start to fill in, oops, this area. Uh, 318, 318. Let me have a look. 318, I can take 2 strands actually. Quite a few stitches. 318. Kristen says it's a role-playing game where you are a character and essentially do collaborative storyline. Right now I'm trying to defeat a real old vampire. I think all vampires are old. Is it not correct? Kristen. So is it a video game or is it more like a story building game? I don't know. I've never played Dragons and Dungeons, but I know it goes back a long way before it became a video role-playing genre kind of game. I think people were playing it. I don't know how they did it, with a book or something. I don't know. I remember watching a video about that a long time ago. I'm glad you're having fun. And Jamie Moormark is joining us as well. She says, everyone, late again. Took my daughter on a bike ride. And she was enjoying it so much. We stayed out later as usual. Yes. The interaction with between mom and daughter is special. And I know that firsthand with my mom. Definitely. Treasure the moment. It's special. I miss my mom so much. Heather House had one that made her dizzy as well, but I think, yes, maybe just swapped a different brand. I mean, sure, it's a good quality lens, I think is important. So it doesn't distort, I think. Probably just like glasses, you know. You just need good quality lenses. Claudia is also here in the chat. Welcome, Claudia. She says hello and happy Sunday to everyone. So for being late. Yes, I need full report. Those who are late for the class, submit your report, and I'll see if I, maybe take the scores, points off your homework. Claudia's got chores to do. Yes, I understand. Just things get in the way of stitching, right? And Kristen says a round table with a bunch of people. Oh, so you're playing in person. That's interesting. And you roll a dice, and there are states about how good your character is at different things. Mine is health is a healer. So I can magically heal and protect people. Oh, I get it now. Yes. So it's almost like a board game without a board, I guess. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. So Kristen is a healer today, trying to defeat an old age vampire. They're old. Vampires they live forever. Until they run out of, well, if they have some garlic, they might end right there, I think. Do not eat garlic if you're a vampire. Oh, Alison has posted some links on Facebook group. Very nice. So Janine, have a look at the Facebook group and check out those lamps. See which one works better for you. Oh, Claudia, absolutely not. Claudia says, I thought upon becoming an adult, chores will cease. Somehow they only increase. Oh, they always do. Yes. Just more to do. And the thing with chores is that you have to repeat them over and over again. It's like Quentin Crisp said, people ask him why he never cleaned his apartments in New York. And he goes, why will I do something that I have to repeat every day over and over again? He's got a point. He's got a point. Oh, Kristen, so you're playing Dragons and Dungeon and stitching at the same time. That's a new combination. I heard stitchers, they stitch while they're watching board games or whatever else. Playing Dungeons and Dragons and stitching at the same time is a new one. Maddie's Badger Corner is joining us. Says hello, everyone. Welcome, Maddie. Claudia agrees. Says, yes, why on earth do I have to mop so often? And once the floor should stay magically clean. But until I can afford cleaning cleaning robot, I'm stuck hauling mop buckets around. I know. Why don't they just stay clean? So you only need to do it once, you know? It doesn't make sense. What a strange activity cleaning is. We just have to keep going. But you know, I remember when I was I went to art school, so art college, and there was a guy, I can't remember his name now. He decided to not wash his hair like forever. Because, you know, everybody's doing morning shampoo and whatever it is. And he just goes, you know, he did some research and go, well, if you stop washing your hair long enough, like 6 months, your hair kind of just produces, your scalp kind of produces natural oil, and you start to cleanse the hair by itself. And he did it. I remember he probably lasted for nearly a year and a half, and every day we're checking on him once in a while and go, hey, how's the hair thing going? And his hair actually looked okay. He's got very curly hair. And it looked fine. It didn't look too horrible. And he literally did not wash his hair for over a year until one day, for some reason, he decided to wash his hair. I can't remember the circumstances, but yeah, he started washing. And from then on, he had to wash every day. Otherwise, he's going to start to get really itchy and horrible and greasy. So you kind of have to make up your mind. If you stop cleaning, you have to be consistent and just keep it going. Like Quentin Crisp, he managed. You know, I think when dust is collecting, you know, it becomes so thick, it creates its own coating, protective coating. And I think that's when you're okay, you know, from then on. You've done it. Who's a happy birthday? I looked away from the chat for 2 seconds. Someone's having a birthday. Oh, Maddie's having a birthday. Is it happy birthday to Maddie then? Oh, round of applause and happy birthday to Maddie. Rachel Morton is providing a nugget of wisdom here. Rachel says, if you have to go to the bathroom over and over again, and I bet he still does, something just have to be done. Yes, like eating and whatever else. Well, at least, I don't know. It's the amount of labor and the amount of reward that you gain through doing it. You know, I mean, if you have to go to the toilet, it's probably out of necessity. But cleaning is more like, you know, you don't gain anything rather than preventing things from getting worse. You know, that's a slightly different mindset going on there. Whereas eating is pleasurable. You know, we enjoy eating. Whereas cleaning, well, maybe some people find it pleasurable. Weird people. Aliens. Aliens. Sarah says, I'm obsessed with my cleaning routine, but then we know Sarah is not from this world. You know, she's from another dimension, the alien world. So I'm not surprised. Maddie's 28 today. Very nice. I remember the year when I turned 30, so I'm 37 now. I remember the year when I turned 30, I thought, oh, my life's over. This is it. I'm done. So Maddie is coming, okay? It is 3-0, the big 3-0. Oh, it's all over from there. Guy Wise, hello. Have we got a new joiner here? Guy Wise says, morning from Australia, everyone. FYI, cleaning is the definition of insanity. Yes, doing the same thing over and over again, expect different result. I have decided to stop proving proving my cray. Yes, I know, repeating the same thing, but I expect it to stay clean. But I don't, well, the thing is, when we clean, we don't expect it to stay clean, though. We know it's going to just gradually get worse. We have to do it again. Yes, indeed. It's one of those repetitive things. If someone is doing repetitive things, constantly, we'll probably call that person. We'll probably say, well, maybe you need to talk to your psychiatrist or psychologist. But somehow we just start a day doing the same things. And apparently, majority of the people think about the same things every day, pretty much. We do the same things. We think about the same things every day. Oh dear. Sarah says, Yogi is just a year older than my older son. Okay, so your older son is 36. Yes, well. I remember when 30 hit, It's all downhill from here. And Susan says, then it's a big 40. Oh dear. And then 50 and 60. I know. You just keep going up. Why doesn't it go down? Just like cleaning. Why can't it just become cleaner every day? What a strange world. Whoops. Kathy says, I must be a crypt keeper. I'm almost 40. 60. 60 is nothing. That's where life starts at 60 or 70. No, Cassie, you should come to my yoga classes. I've got ladies, seriously. I found out they're in their 70s, but you would not know. And a couple of them in their 60s, I found out. But if you look at them, seriously, if they didn't tell me, I probably just think they're around mid 40s or something like that. Seriously. It really depends on, how you live your life and, move the body and everything. I know Sarah does. Sarah cycles every day and cleans every day. That's quite strenuous. But yeah, I mean, it really depends on, how you live. 60 is nothing. Just come to my classes. And Joy says, when you get older, you forget the day you turn 30. Is that a solution, Joyce? You just need to get old enough that you forgot you've done 30. When numbers just, doesn't have meaning anymore. That's Joyce's creative solution to things. So Guy-wise, yes, first time here. Oh, Gay, it's Gay, Gay-wise. Hello, Gay. Welcome. Sarah. Sarah says, I don't even know how old I am, but aliens don't have age. Aliens probably live for hundreds of years, if not longer. It's eternal. Just like vampires. Okay, I fancy doing a little bit of green down here. I really do. I'm really drawn to the green stitches down there. Let me just jump over and do this one. Oh, nice, very nice. Yes, look at that. Some grass action there. 581. 581. Let's create some grass for our little dolly here. So I'm going to grit a little bit. Just to make sure I can see the lines. So this is the bottom. Okay. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very nice. Claudia says, I really enjoy being in my 40s. My husband is 37. I enjoy teasing him. He'll be old soon. But really hitting 40 was wonderful for me. Yes, I think, it really depends on what stage you are with yourself. I mean, every age is wonderful. It doesn't matter what age it is. It's a construct, I often say. It's a number that we give meanings to when maybe there's no real meanings other than the fact that we're just here now. Wherever it is, that's what it counts. And enjoy every moment. Oh, I've got a little bit of grass action here. Claudia says it's age spooky bingo. I turned 44 this year. That's hilarious. That's a new one. Age spooky bingo. Rachel says, I'm turning 40 was not very kind to me. I just had a knee replacement. Oh, wow. Were you did you run a lot? Because I know a lot of runners, if they do a lot of it, sometimes the knees do have issues. Yes, but you have a new knees or both knees. I don't know, brand new. So it's all good from here. And Heather House says, I'm 76 and enjoy every day. Age is just a number. Absolutely, Heather. Absolutely. You know, if you're not enjoying your life, if you're not being yourself, be at ease with yourself, you can be 20, you'd be miserable. Sarah says, you're welcome to get up at 6 a.m. and join me on my five-mile bike ride. Will be lovely to have a company. Oh, Sarah's an athlete in every aspect of her life. She's cycling and she stitches for hours. She's an endurance athlete in every shape or form. Yes, Grace, I know. Grace says, I'd like to know how Sarah cleans, cycles, and gets so many stitches done a day. I don't know. It's alien time, isn't it? Maybe alien time, the time just stretches. So she actually has about 20 days a week and about 48 hours a day. That's just so not fair, isn't it? When aliens are in a different dimension, they just get extra bits, extra time. It's just not fair, I know. 5A1. 5A1, not 51A. 5A1. Oh, it's so good. It's okay. I for a moment, I had a little panicky moment. I thought I got the color incorrectly. It is fine. I'm going to take 2 long strands here. Here we go. And Suzanne says, I'm dozing off, so I'm going to bed. Night, night, everyone. See you Tuesday. Yes, Suzanne. Have a lovely rest. And tomorrow, it's possible that tomorrow we might not have a live stream because I have a couple of things to sort out. I teach later classes on Mondays and Friday, but tomorrow I've got a couple of things I need to sort out, so we might not have a stream tomorrow, but we'll come back on Tuesday, rise and shine, and be here to do some stitching. So I'll see you then, Suzanne. Night night. Yes, we have the night night icon. And Rachel Morton says, yes, I run for 15 years, but my right leg was Bold. Oh, that was cause the replacement. My left knee is fine. I know, yes, I know a lot of runners. They have one knee in particular because it's to do with how you run. And we all have certain habit. We put more weight into, just like, us standing. We probably use one leg more than the other without knowing. And a lot of runners, after a while, a lot of times the knees will start to create problems. Yes. Unfortunately, a lot of times it happens. And some people manage to keep their knees quite healthy, running for a long time. So I don't know what, difference that is. Because 40, age 40, normally you wouldn't have issues with the knees if it's not sports related. And Janine says, I've been working overnights for a few weeks now, and it gets harder and harder. Older I get, I can stitch at work when I do overnights. Yes, night shift is difficult, isn't it? And particularly if you need to change back and forth. If you just do night shift all the time, then that's just your routine. But some jobs you might be required to shift back and forth. I had a friend used to work for London Ambulance. So she wasn't, I think she was a paramedic, but she was mostly driving the ambulance. And but they I don't think they were allowed to have the same shift all the time. They have to take turns to do night shifts, and they give you a few days to readjust. But it's hard when you have to shift back and forth. It's difficult for human body to be able to do that well. Sarah says, I cycle so I can sit and stitch for hours. Yes, I think that's what Nikki says as well. Nikki does CrossFit, and she says, I do cross stitch so I can stitch. Not cross stitch, no, CrossFit so I can cross stitch. That made me laugh, but that's quite true. And I think the fact that I can sit here, for a long time as well is because I do a lot of yoga. So there's kind of, counter movements happen quite a lot. And also I think my posture is relatively good. So that helps. And guys, have a good chair is, have your setup for stitching properly is better. I know some people, they stitch on the sofa, is kind of quite comfortable, but a sofa is generally too soft, and your body quite often kind of wrap into a certain shape that's probably not best for the spine. So I think sitting in front of a desk and with a stand in front of you is probably the best, because you don't have to hold anything. So there's no straining of the wrist, or you don't have to readjust all the time, and I think it's just much healthier for the body. So Sarah's the parting gift from Sarah is 305 stitches today. Oh, we need to take note of that. So thank you, Sarah. Enjoy the rest of the day, whatever alien activities that you get involved in. And Jamie says, I'm so grateful, thankful my daughter loves to ride a bike. She's special needs and can't ride by herself. I have a trike and she loves watching all the other kids on their bikes and all the dogs watching. Yes. Bicycles are great. I think it's such a functional piece of engineering that is, it stands the test of time. Because every day, if I go for sort of grocery shopping, and sometimes it's quite heavy, prior to my cycling days, I'll carry them, the grocery in the bags and come back. And, sometimes it gets quite heavy. And I think with bicycles, it doesn't matter what weight you put on it. It finds its way to a balance so when you ride, you don't feel the weight of the things you're carrying, which is quite remarkable. I just think it's such a intelligent piece of machine. And I think it's invented by a French person, so thank you, whoever it was. It's so functional. Claudia says, I weight lift and proper posture is so key to keep from getting hurt. It's been hugely helpful with stitching to help keep me from bending over too much. And posture seems simple, but it's so vital. Absolutely. Because it's we all kind of posture our body in a certain way without knowing. And if the posture is not good, it's going to cause a lot of long-term problems. A lot of, pain of the spine and the hips are coming from not because you do something extraordinary. It's just from day to day, how you sit, how you walk. So it's worth paying some attention to it and just allow the body to be, as in a neutral position as much as possible, so you don't put any strain on it. And I'll recommend yoga. I know I'm biased, but yoga is a great way to reset the body, the spine and everything else. Laura says, apparently my 38-year-old butt needs to get a bicycle so I can stitch like Sarah when I get older. Yes, get a bicycle. That's very good. Laura, it's never too soon to start, doing right things for the body. I mean, it takes a long time for body to relearn certain things. And, it doesn't matter. I have students daily basis in their 20s, early 20s, come to the classes and they're as stiff as a board. And there are 60-year-old, 70-year-old students there, and they're, so strong and flexible. So it's what you do with your body, like from now, rather than age, seriously, You create the body you have a lot of time, and thankfully, because then we have control over how our body functions, and it's never too late. You can start now, and we're very lucky. We have YouTube. If you want a little bit of yoga stretch, there's YouTube channels everywhere helping you, or Pilates. Free content everywhere, and you can do it at home. You don't need special props, maybe with a wall, with some chairs, on a floor, anything, some cushions. We're very lucky. We have information and resources everywhere available to us. See you later, Kathy. And Joyce as well. 99 to Joyce. And 99. And Janine says, my 83-year-old mom does Tai Chi and loves it. My husband actually asked if I would be interested in taking yoga. Can my 60-year-old out of shape do yoga and keep my balance? Janine, listen to me. This is a perfect time for you to start yoga. And, you know, because people perceive yoga as doing handstands and all sort of crazy arm balances. No, there's so many different forms of yoga, and you can, you know, the great thing about yoga is it's allow body to take over to do what it can at that moment in time, like this moment, not yesterday, not tomorrow, at this moment. And their versions, good teachers will give you different versions, modifications of a pose. So there's always, that's what I say to all my students. Sometimes they look slightly defeated. They think they have to do the pose. No, the learning of yoga is to find the version that works for you. And there is a version for everyone. Every single pose, there's a version that works for you. So your learning is to find, you know, that version for your body. And only you know what works best rather than what teachers tell you. And it's a never-ending, you know, learning. It's a conversation with your body. So if you're connected with your body, you know what to do. So definitely, Janine, look up YouTube. There's some really, really great content everywhere. You can start with in yoga. Just type in Y-I-N as a yin and yang in yoga and start some deep stretches. The body will open. You know, it doesn't matter what age. You could be 90. There's a version that you can do. Have I sold it to you, Jenny? Yes, trust yogi. Trust yogi. I know what I'm talking about. Marilyn says, you've got to move it or lose it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Probably a little bit like cleaning. You have to clean it, or it gets really dusty. Yes, Laura, get busy, get bicycles and get yoga classes, you know, lined up on your YouTube. or if you have local, you know, classes, go to them. It's quite fun. Go in person as well. Oh dear, Natty. Okay. Natty says, someone talked me out of buying the Portal chart. I don't think anybody can. I think when you're in love, if you fall in love with the chart, it'll come back to haunt you if you don't get it. But maybe someone can try. Let me pick one more color here, maybe one more green here. Oh, yes. 3348. 3348. Let me take two then. Janine says, you sold it. Come to Massachusetts and teach me. But seriously, I do want to check it out, and it would be fun to do with my husband. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Do some forward fold together, you know, see who can reach the floor first with the fingertips. Yes, I mean, and also it does wonders for your mind. Seriously, it just allows, you know, you don't have to come into yoga thinking anything spiritual, but it will do something for the mind. It just, you know, become calmer and more space for the mind. You're happier. you know, because perspective. A lot of times when we're stressed, it's because we lose the perspective and everything gets so overwhelming. But if you have space innerly and it's there all the time, things are never that bad, really. You just have to create space with the mind and just have faith and confidence that things would just work out, whatever challenges you have. Brittany's mom has got a stationary bike. Very often people buy those, and within 3 months, that's a pretty long time, I'm being generous. Within a couple months, and they become like coat hangers, storage space. They just get tucked away in the basement. Brittany says, the portal charts is so expensive, Natty. Only won the last portal. Everybody's favorite is the last one. Yes, it's a little bit pricey. So we actually had a stream, the entire stream we're talking about the pricing. And also, for some reason, the pricing on the site, which is Pain-Free Craft, which is a Scottish company, and they are showing different prices everywhere. We're looking at the same page at the same time live here, and they will show different prices, and so we're freaking out a little bit. And also, I was so shocked to realize how much the full chart costs. Yeah, it's unusual because we're thinking kind of heaven and earth kind of price bracket, and heaven and earth charts are beautiful, you know. It's not like they're offering anything less, and they're large charts as well. But yeah, well, each to their own. During the stream, me and Nikki struck a deal. Originally, we wanted to do the chart together, and then I checked the price and I go, well, I just cannot justify that. Maybe I just don't love the chart enough to want to spend money. You know, if it's a chart that I just in love with, I must have in my life, I'll probably find some ways to get there. But yeah, I let that one go. So Natty, is your call. You know, if you love it enough, then maybe it's worth it. But it is a little bit pricey. Yeah, I think if I had to choose one portrait to do, it would be the 6th one, the purple, the night view. That one is quite lovely, but the rest, you know, I can live without. Okay, guys, so we've got about 15 minutes, a little bit more before midnight here in the UK. So this color, I think, will be my last one, even though I still have a bit of thread left, so I keep going, okay? But it's probably, you know, the appropriate time for you to start to gauge how many stitches I may have done today. You know, a little bit. I'll certainly give you a recap, but just to give you little preview here of the areas I've been working on, and I'll continue to stitch this color, a few more here at the bottom, creating some grass for my alien kitty here. And we're going to play the game together, okay? We're going to play Guess My Stitches and let regulars know what I'm talking about. And, oh, I've just done one extra stitch there. And reverse stitching already, okay? Just for the new viewers, just joined us, okay? Frog. What, Maddie? You're a bit too quick. Yes, Maddie has probably noticed my little, no, Maddie, I was just trying to demonstrate to the new people in the chat. I'm constantly trying to help people with demonstrations, and so I just thought, well, I just demonstrate a very quick technique for reverse stitching, and so fix that. And so you can start to come up with, I'm still stitching, okay, so you have to add these ones, incorporate these final stitches to your number there. But let's see who actually wins in this magical Sunday, this festive Sunday. Who will be the winner today, okay? And if you're new to the channel, the winner, okay, the prizes are tremendous. You get to enjoy the buffet with me, and provided by all the members in the chat here. And also, you are going to receive all the respect and adoration and, praises from everyone. And let me bring on our super duper Guess My Stitches machine. Boom. I know. Impressive. Particularly if you're new to the channel, I mean, it's just overwhelming, isn't it? You've got this state-of-the-art game machine on the screen, and my magical stitching, slow stitching. Just when you think it couldn't be slower, I managed. I know. It's amazing. It's a gift. I don't question it. Okay, and I'm gonna probably finish this row here. So I have a very nice finish here. And in the meanwhile, please come forward. If you're lurking, unlurk yourself, okay? It's an order, and come forward and come up with a number. And if you go, I have no idea how many stitches I've done, how do I come up with a number? That's the whole point. It's a wild guess, okay? Don't tell these guys in the chat. No skills involved, and it's completely random. And your guess is just as good as mine, because I have no idea either, to be honest with you. No idea how many stitches I made. So your guess is just as good as mine. And I'm not guessing, because you are guessing, okay? I'm stitching, you're playing the game with me. I have 2 more stitches here. All right, very nice, everyone. And you have a few more moments to come up with your number. Okay, rush to your device and computer and put in that number for me. All right, as I end this thread here and give you a quick recap on what's happening today. Here we go. It's beautiful, beautiful green. I love this green. And let me pop this needle back. 3348. 3348. Beautiful. So, guys, let's have a look. Let's check out this little alien dolly here. Okay, so this is the 3rd panel, the kitty panel I've been working on for this festive season. And this is what I've got so far. This is so cute. And today, not only did I finish the outline for the kitty here, I managed to fill in a little bit of the chest area, the fluffy area, chest hair, okay, for my dolly here, and a little bit of this background as well. It does, everything pops out. There's so much more, isn't it? And last session, I did a little bit of the flower here, and now I'm adding some grass. So now the kitty is standing on some grassy area land there. It's not floating. It's not a floating alien kitty. It's actually sitting somewhere on the ground there. So I'm very happy with today's progress. I really enjoy the stitching today. So let's have a look. Let's see what numbers have I got here offer from you. And I remember earlier on, I think, who was that? Sarah came up with a number. Let me just quickly have a look. If she's winning, I have to tell her. Otherwise, she's probably come back and haunt me. Sarah says 305. So that's the first submission here. And then we have Susan, 230. And Brittany, 250. Maddie, 275. Pascal, 350. Jennings, 295. Claudia, 289, and Michelle Fuller, 252, Steph, 321, and Simone, 310. Laura, 245. Laura has won multiple times, so watch out for her. And Jamie, 277, Grace Houston, 285, Rachel Morton, 311, and Live with Natty, 186. Guys, are you ready for the big reveal? Let me bring on la view. My hips might lie, my abs don't lie, okay? Here we go. Are you ready? Oh, Betty is just coming with 222. It counts, okay? Yes, we haven't revealed a number yet. Here we go. 3, 2, are you ready? 1, boom. Haha. Guys, the grand total of stitches I've done today, 366. Yes, round of applause. It's actually slightly higher than I thought. It's a good day, isn't it? Let me stop the sprint here. 366 is my number today. So who is the closest? Who has got confidence in me? Not giving me like a 186. 366. So anyone who's above, here we go. Let me bring this view back here, okay? So we can look at it closely. Pascal, 350. Anyone closer? 366. And Sarah, I can't remember what's Sarah's number. I think Sarah's number is a little bit lower. Sarah's number was, I can't remember. I got it earlier around 3. I think her number was 3 something. So I think it's Pascal, isn't it? Yes, round of applause. And Pascal is our winner in this beautiful Sunday. Well done. So Pascal, the treats are coming up. We have delicious buffet that you can enjoy with me, okay? And also, you get praises from the stitching world and beyond. Round of applause for Pascal. Well done. And bring on the buffet, everyone. Let's celebrate this beautiful Sunday, beautiful ending here. And delicious food is coming on, Pascal. I know the victory is for you and me, And normally I win every night, and you share the victory as well. So Laura is bringing on beautiful spread here. And then Jamie as well. Oh, metal, not edible, and a pretzel, and delicious goodies, and Susan as well. Everyone here, yes, cheers, everyone, with a reaction, beautiful. That is lovely. There's a firecracker here, and Grace as well, very healthy spread with some raw meat, Grace, and Michelle Faber. We have to cook, do some cooking ourselves, and look at the spread, Pascal. I know it's wonderful, isn't it? It's great to be a winner every single night. Okay, whenever you come and join me, and you get a chance to win some raw seafood as well. Guys, thank you for joining me today. I'm having so much fun. And tomorrow, as I said, probably no streams tomorrow, and I'll post something in the Facebook group to confirm with you. And tomorrow I've got a few things to sort out after the classes. But we will come back on Tuesday, and nice and shine, and go for a spot of stitching together. So thank you for joining me today. It's 6 minutes to midnight here in the sleepy London town here. Yogi signing out, and I'll see you on Tuesday most likely, and enjoy stitching till then. and you can do a little bit of your own Chiro Marchetti Monday, okay? And watch the replay. Watch the replay if you miss any sessions, and meet me here on Tuesday together. Night night, everyone. Good night, and give me some night night emoji here, guys. Go for it. Nighty night, night night.